Welcome back.
And
Welcome
we're
back.
back.
Welcome back to another episode of Peer Review, the podcast, where we peer review things, which, as I'm saying this, I realize we haven't done yet. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll give our opinions to each other.
Which will then be peer reviewed.
By agreeing.
Peer Review, the podcast. Peer Review, the podcast. Yeah. And then...
Or not agreeing. We'll see.
Yeah, that's fair. And then we publish them. And this is the real scientific process.
Yeah.
She's done it. She has a master's degree.
I do have that.
She has a master's degree in biology, you guys, and an undergrad in chemistry.
What is this?
Glazing. She's very smart and intelligent.
The point of this is
and
I'm
creative
published.
And beautiful. And hot.
Wow.
I just felt like being nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go myself. Why aren't you giving me anything back?
That's just weird and unnatural. I'll compliment you when I want to. You want to be complimented because you were complimenting?
No. No, I actually really hate that.
Yeah.
I really hate, like, the tit for tat situation.
Yeah.
I hate when, like, you give someone a compliment and then they give you one back that, like,
and
they
it's
don't
just, like,
mean.
something they just thought of. You can tell.
It's like, wow, your hair looks great. Thanks. I really like your shoes.
Yeah.
As they're looking at your face.
Yeah.
As I'm wearing, like, my Ugg slippers.
Do you still have those?
No. No, I don't. Do you?
No. I have my long Uggs.
I, like, can't see. You're, like, a little blurry, to be honest.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay, Grandma. So, here's what we're peer reviewing today. We're having an open discussion.
Yep.
That we've already had, but is worth rehabbing.
Yeah.
As
in
we
more
do.
detail.
Yeah, but it's about, the question is whether or not honesty has become not cool.
Yeah. It's like considered mean.
Yeah, to just have an opinion and share it.
Yeah, rather than like worth saying.
Yeah.
It's like, it's wrapped up in a bow.
Wrapped up in a lot of nice. It's like an Oreo cookie where the criticism is sandwiched in compliments that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And we were talking about, like, in a professional setting, obviously that's the best way to resolve any kind of conflict and to help anyone listen to you is to sandwich the negative and positive so that they understand that they're valued as people.
Yeah, but that's also like, there's a certain level of professionalism that you never go under in a workplace because that's just what's expected.
Yeah.
And that's how to like keep it like as clear as possible. Especially when you're not always besties with your coworker. Like, this is just a way to keep it respectful.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're having a conversation with a friend who you know really well and who knows like you behaviorally and what you mean when you say certain things.
And what your intention is behind the words that you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then why is it that we still find ourselves in situations where we are
sandwiching the honesty?
Yeah. And I think like a lot of it is just people are like at the end of the day, the conclusion that we really came to is that we keep putting ourselves in environments where it's not really comfortable for us to be completely honest about what we think. Like this is an us problem that we share.
I think the chronic people pleasing definitely makes you like sandwich things. And like when you know that that baby dinosaur meme when he's like trying to roar and he's like
I don't know that.
No,
that's an apt.
But it's like when you're a people pleaser and you try to finally say what you mean.
Oh yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah,
it's really hard. And then I feel like there's also expectations that have been set about, you know, how you act in conflict. Like a lot of times in my life, I think I could have solved the problem just by saying what I think instead of
from the get-go. Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
guilty.
Yeah, and it's bad, correct?
Yeah,
peer reviewed. So it's like it was really rough because, like, I was doing so much. I was trying so hard to prevent conflict that I was kind of assuming what someone would say or do or how they would feel, and I would act according to that assumption. So it was an unfair thing to be doing. I feel like people pleasing in general, like no one's pleased.
Yeah. People pleasers everywhere. Tell us how many people you've pleased.
Non-sexually. I realized I have an actual mic in my hand. Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
And then it's like, when I am honest, it's seen as abhorrent. Like, it's
seen
really
like,
bad.
why are you saying anything negative?
Why are you being so mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, wait, what if you're actually just bad at this skill?
Yeah.
Like, and then we have to think, what if your kid sucks at something?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Hypothetically, years into the future.
Well, let me tell them about my dad in tennis first.
Oh, yeah.
So I love my dad. He's the best dad in the world. And I used to play sports. God knows why. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Every time I did something, I would break something, sprain something, scratch my cornea. Like, it really isn't for me.
Scratch your cornea?
You don't even remember?
No, but like that was sports related?
Yeah. It was a freaking wiffle ball in 7th grade gym.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we were already best friends at that point. She doesn't care about me.
There's too many injuries to keep track of.
Can't fight you there.
Yeah.
So I'm learning tennis, and I'm not good. And I'm doing my best. And then I end up, I stopped going to tennis. I was, I think, relieved secretly. I wasn't really crazy about going, but I went because mom and dad put me in classes. And I asked dad, I was like, Dad, why am I not going to tennis anymore? And he's like, Riti, you're a disgrace to the sport. And, was I that bad? I don't know. I wasn't good. And he was very honest with me.
Yeah.
It stung a little.
Yeah. Did it sting a lot? Like, you still think about it now or no?
No, we play tennis.
True.
Do you remember all the times?
Recreationally.
Yeah.
Really badly.
Really poorly.
Really, really badly.
Really poorly. But do you remember in like 7th and 8th, or even in high school, we would, when they had like free day at gym.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We'd go
Sometimes
to the tennis court.
We'd play tennis.
Yeah, and we'd try really hard to get the ball to go over the...
Yeah.
We'd succeed.
And I wonder, like, I mean, my parents to some extent were also like that. Like, they were just like, you didn't try hard enough, or you could have done better, or maybe this isn't your thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it was swimming. Really not my thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did gymnastics, though.
I did for a little bit.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, did she?
That I was, I think, taken out against my will, but like my mom was really scared that I would get injured. Yeah. Yeah.
These kids are tumbling, rolling,
Yeah.
somersaulting, cartwheeling.
I think we got to like the bars, and she was like, I can't. I can't.
That's okay. That's fine.
And yeah, it is what it is.
But they were also, like, both of us had parents that really supported other endeavors. Like, my parents were really, really supportive of every musical endeavor that I took. Like, thousands of dollars were being paid for me to get better at my skills and stuff. And they knew I was good at it. And so they continued to invest in it. The ROI was high.
We're using ROI.
We're using ROI. But it was high. I was actually getting better.
Yeah.
Proportionately. So it wasn't like not worth it. But it's like, the question is now, like, how do we, if, for example, Preeti.
Yeah.
You have a kid.
Yeah.
And this kid is like super into the violin. Loves the violin.
Okay.
And you say, yeah, of course you can learn. And they're like 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're taking these violin lessons for like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And they still are really struggling and don't know how to make it sound not like a dying cat.
Oh, man.
What do you do?
So we're talking like 3-4 years of me listening to screeching?
Yep. Which, like, if you know Preeti at all,
I can't do that.
That's like a real labor of love. Like, seriously, if she's allowing that, she loves that kid.
Yeah, that's my hypothetical kid. Well, I guess we'd have a talk. It's been a few years now. But they're still young.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't want to, like...
Squish it.
But I would want them to have, like, some tough skin. Like, I feel like we have tough skin because our parents, like, we really cared about their opinion and they were honest with us. That's not all bad. So I feel like I'd be like, hey, we both know you're not the top of your class in this.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's just being honest, right?
Yeah. And, like, maybe we don't spend hundreds of dollars on it, but maybe we switch from, like, private lessons to group lessons or something like that. Something that's less stressful on them, but, like, something that still allows them to do it.
Yeah. Because also, like, you don't have to be great at something to do it. You could just do it to do it.
Yeah. But back to the point you were making, I would not cushion it when I tell them why we're moving from private to group lessons. I'd be like, hey, this is something you enjoy, and we have the means to keep it going. But I'm not spending like hundreds on private lessons if it's just not something that naturally and plus hard work comes to you.
Yeah. Like, let's spend the money and the time and the energy and the effort finding something that really is
like
that.
Yeah, discovering what your talents are.
Yeah. That's hard. It's really hard. And I feel like that's us parents, you know. But even in like friendships now, even in relationships in our lives now.
Yeah.
And like, it's not that we're not honest people. Like, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I think we both struggle with being honest because we're worried about being perceived as mean. And there have actually been times that we have been perceived as mean when we're just sharing an opinion. Like, if I get a bad birthday gift and I'm like, God, I appreciate the gift, I really do, but it's really bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
That is getting, I think, misconstrued as like...
that you're not grateful for it.
Yeah, like being ungrateful. But I'm not ungrateful for the gift. I'll still be gracious. I'll still say thank you.
Yeah.
But I don't like it. I'm not going to use it. Like, you know, that's all right.
Yeah.
But this whole like being over... And this is especially hilarious because I think I'm a very kind person.
Oh, yeah.
I work really hard on being kind.
She's like super duper nice.
I think, but as do you.
Yeah.
She's also very kind. And so like we're really aware of that. So when we're being told
it's kind of like we're already watering down probably what our opinion is by sandwiching it in like a sort of professional way.
Which, guys, we shouldn't be doing.
I guess that's a hot take. But like sometimes if you just want to be like, let's say your friend wrote a poem and like it's just a bad poem.
Yeah.
Can't you just say that? Is that mean?
I don't think so, because it's like, I guess our relationship isn't necessarily like, it's not necessarily the same as any other relationship to compare this kind of openness.
Yeah.
But I write music and I don't think I've written a song that you don't like yet.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I won't.
Yeah.
And like,
or it's like, I have favorites.
Oh yeah, for sure. And she likes some things more than other things that I make, for sure.
Yeah.
And if I show her something and I'm like, what do you think? I'm not looking for a compliment. I'm looking for honesty. And if she's like...
I guess that's the difference, though. I guess, like, how do we know what people are sharing for?
Yeah.
And if they do have tough skin and they want that honesty.
Yeah.
But I guess that's back to people pleasing. Damn it.
And we're back. I don't know. Because it's also like, at what point... And this is, you know, we're young women. We have lots of time to kind of figure out the balance with this kind of communication and figuring out what balance of honesty versus keeping our mouths shut we have to reach. But I think we've both reached the point where we're anti opening our mouths to say things that we don't really mean.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time doing that.
And it's just a waste of time.
And it's just not... It's not honest.
And then, like, we are acting against who we are.
Yeah.
And we're being unfair to other people. Like, if someone writes a song or does a performance and I hate it and I'm talking to my friend about it, I don't want to be the kind of person that says, wow, their stage presence was awesome, but the song wasn't great and I don't like it. Why can't I just be like, yeah, it wasn't good. It was not great. Because that also I think comes with if I'm talking to my closest friends, it comes with the understanding that like, okay, she's not saying that this person is the worst that could ever do something. And
and it doesn't invalidate all the other stuff that is not being said. Like, oh, they were courageous enough to step on that stage.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Like there are a lot of things that are positive about people always. But if I'm trying to say like, yeah, that was booty cheeks.
Like, why do we need a positive qualifier?
Yeah, like, can't we just be honest? And in that honesty, is that being mean or is it just being honest? Is it just self-expression?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And it's like not even just what I do. Like, I recently saw Preeti do it. And I think,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like Preeti's, we're very much each other. What? We're very much ourselves around each other.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single thought that I would feel like, oh, I couldn't share this with her. So that means that all of the thoughts I have, I've shared, good or bad. But something that we had talked about that she shared her very strong opinions on.
Yeah.
When she was sharing that we were talking about the same thing with another friend of ours, she watered it down.
I sandwiched it.
Yeah. Watered it down completely.
Yeah.
And then also put it between two positives. So it was like constructive criticism.
Yeah, it did turn into that.
Who are we constructing?
We're not at work.
Yeah. We're not trying to make these people be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if that person is not in the room.
Yeah.
Or person, concept, whatever. I feel like even concepts you have to water down these days.
Like if I'm like, okay.
You know what? I don't like The Weeknd.
Yeah.
I don't like his voice. I don't like his music. That's all there is to it.
That's all.
That's not to say that whatever. All the other stuff that we're talking about
isn't true. Like, is he a superstar? Yeah. Is he doing things to help the Grammys become a more equitable place? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is he, very successful in his music? Yeah.
But if someone asks me, do you like The Weeknd? That's just a yes or no question. I don't have to qualify it with all that.
Yeah. And also, if someone's like, do you like The Weeknd? You can be like, nah, I think he's bad.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be, no, I don't like him, but I'm sure people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of, guys, I'll say it. I don't like Taylor Swift. I don't. There are songs of hers that I enjoy. I really actually do like Evermore, the album.
Yeah.
There's stuff that she likes, that she does that I like. Mm-hmm. But as a concept, her music, I don't really resonate with it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't really like the performances that she gives either. I'm not impressed by them. This is my opinion. One time we were at Express and
oh yeah,
there were they were playing like Blank Space by Taylor Swift, and I was like, ugh, come on.
It's just been shoved down our throats.
And I just don't like the song, I have an opinion and I'm like, oh my God. And it comes on and I'm like, ugh. And then there are these three girls in the front of the room. And they're like, oh my God, like very loudly. So I could tell that they knew that I didn't like the song.
Yeah.
And
that
they were
much
like,
was clear.
Mm-hmm. They're like, if anyone doesn't like Taylor Swift, they literally just hate women. First of all, the girls that are saying this are white, for context. And I'm not. And so like to be like, oh yeah, it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. It's like,
you can have an opinion and it actually doesn't bleed into everything else about that person.
Yeah. And it's never like not so that this never gets misconstrued. Our negative opinions are never about how someone else chooses to live their life. Yeah. We are very inclusive, loving people. We have no judgment on that aspect. But when it comes to like talent or
just like liking, like
enjoying things. Yeah. Why aren't we allowed to express that?
Yeah. I feel like when it comes to people, people are really defensive. But like if you were like, I don't like the color green, I'd be like, okay, what's it to me?
Yeah, but we have been in situations where that's not the case. Yeah. So maybe it says a lot about the situations that we find ourselves in.
That's true.
And additionally, it says a lot about how we uphold ourselves in these situations where we are not feeling safe expressing an opinion.
Yeah. But it's a whole lot of like, how do I say this? There's no concept of different but equal. It's like we can have differing opinions. Yeah. And then that's it. Everything else is the same.
Like, I'm not more right than someone else.
Exactly.
And like, the thing is, this is a hot take. We've had this conversation with people. It's not just like, oh yeah, and in the ether we're saying that. Like, truly. And it's not just, our closest friends or people that we don't see very often. Mm-hmm. But it's like, and this is my other hot take.
What?
Love and light people are fake. They're fake. And they're so annoying. And it's like, for example, if I'm no longer friends with someone, we haven't been friends in years, that's fine. It fell apart gross. It fell apart bad.
Or if it just faded, whatever.
Whatever. But in this specific example, it was a rough break. It was hard. And 3-4 years later, you're sending me Instagram graphics, but how you'll always be, you know who I'm talking about, how you'll always be there for me because you have love for me still. Like, literally spare me the theatrics. That's great. That's fine. I don't want to hear that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, already, like, I'm upset about how everything ended.
Yeah.
And for you,
you
like,
can wish people love quietly.
Please. Like, I
actually, that's something Sanjana said to me. She was like, you never need to text someone who's no longer in your life just to let them know that you're thinking about them fondly.
Oh, God.
You can do that silently.
Yeah.
And that's good. You're sending out good vibes.
That's fine. Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want you. I don't want
what do you do with that? You have to be like, thanks?
Like, it makes me so uncomfortable, especially because this is the same person that was so disrespectful, so mean, like, just really mean to me. Yeah. So it's not even like I can say, oh, this ended, poorly, but it's fine. Like, the same person that's sitting over here sending me Instagram graphics saying, I'll always be there for you. Oh, you're always in my mind. I love you so much.
Did they send you voice memos? Did they sing it like that?
No.
I wish they did.
I wish they did. I would play them right now. Like, and that's not to say that I am wishing anything negative upon this person. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't have the energy to do that, to be honest. I don't have the energy to do that to anyone. But like that, it's just fake. It's so fake. It's so ingenuine. Yeah. And it's like fake nice. It's not real. And if you're sitting here sending me Instagram graphics, then why don't we sit and hash out all of the other stuff that happened? Yeah. Like that lack of honesty in the effort to fake niceties is so irritating. Yeah. It's so irritating. And it's such a waste of everybody's time. Like, let's accept that that's life. I also think
that's like kind of along the same lines of like, actually, I guess it's not, but it made me think of when you talk and then you're like, but that's just my opinion. Who am I to judge? I do be judging.
I also judge. And this whole thing that like, oh, I'm not judgmental at all. I don't judge people at all. It's being able to discern based on your morals, your opinions, your likes and dislikes. That is what builds community.
That's a skill, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, forget about
not
gossip.
Being, like, not in bullying or being overly mean.
Yeah, and like going up to someone and being like, yeah, you suck, give up. Like, we're never doing that.
None of that.
Yeah.
But like,
we're being honest. We're being honest in the safety of our own minds and homes.
Everyone discerns to a certain extent. That's why you're friends with some people and not friends with others. Yeah. That's why you're closer with some people and not with others.
We don't have to sit and pretend. Yeah. We don't have to do that.
You wish love and light to everyone equally?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Like, just spare me the theatrics. Like, it pains me. It pains me to see energy being wasted in that way. Yeah. Write a song. Draw a picture. You make your own Instagram graphic.
So true.
God, I was so excited when I stopped receiving them.
That's so good.
Yeah.
How long were you receiving them for?
We stopped being friends, and those continued for about 4 years.
Like, monthly?
Like, maybe once every 2 months or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was, at first I was like, this is nice. And then it kept happening, and I was like, this is not nice.
What are we getting out of this?
Yeah. There's no winners I don't think there's ever a winner in any kind of breakup. Yeah. But, like, no one is winning because they're publicly and loudly sending good thoughts.
Yeah, and being the bigger person.
Oh my God.
Please. If you are judging and discerning, and then you say you're not,
you're lying. You're a liar.